Hi everybody, it's Ty Goodwin, the Career Makeover Coach. Today I want to share with you the top 5 tools I use to save time and my sanity. But before I do that, I want to give you a quick update and tell you about a pretty big change for the Career Makeover Coach. So here's my update. The Career Makeover Coach is getting a makeover. If you haven't stopped by the blog, you want to take a look at the new focus that's there. When I first started blogging and coaching, I focused on helping clients through any kind of career transition, whether it was finding a new job, changing careers, or even upgrading their professional image. But what I found out is that most of the clients I attract and who I really enjoy working with are those clients who are working full time while launching a business on the side. And so what I've decided to do is focus all of the content. So that includes the blog, the radio show, even the teleclasses I offer are going to be focused around people who are making that transition or living that dual lifestyle. You're a full-time employee from 9 to 5, and then part-time, you are launching a business or you're already running a business. So look out for that change in the content, in the newsletter, and as I said, in the teleseminars and even on the radio show. Now, the radio show, that's the big announcement that I have. Some of you have been asking, when's Career Makeover Strategies going to start back up? I took the summer off, and in that time, I was able to find a fantastic partner. And so I'm really excited that I'm going to be co-hosting a new show with Tanya Smith of BePromotable.com. And she and I are going to host a show called Your Brilliant Success. It's going to be on Blog Talk Radio just like before. It's going to air on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am super excited to get to work with Tanya. We've got a great chemistry. I feel like we're kind of virtual twins. And we've got lots of great information to offer professionals who are either working full-time or in a process of launching a business. So, again, the show is going to be called Your Brilliant Success. So that's going to be fantastic. Okay, so let me give you the top 5 tools that I use to save time and to save my sanity. So most of you know that I do a lot of things online with social media. So I'm on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. If we haven't connected yet, I hope you'll find me out there. But how do I manage all of that? One of the best tools that I found is something called Hootsuite.com. It's an online tool, and it lets you manage your Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter profiles all from the same interface. It is fantastic. So that's the number one tool I use to save me time when it comes to social networking online. Some of the other tools I use, the second one is I synchronize my email. I use Gmail. If you have other accounts out there, I know there are other programs that do the same thing, but I've got a couple of different email accounts, and it's hard to try to go into different inboxes and find things. So I use Gmail to synchronize all of that. Another tool that I use through Google as well, it's not the Gmail, but it's Google Reader. There are a couple of different other readers out there like HostGator or NewsGator, I think is the name of it. But I use an RSS feed to find articles and to keep track of blogs that I'm really interested in. So that's the third tool. I send a lot of tweets out. I post lots of fantastic information on Facebook, and it's not because I'm sitting and browsing the internet all day long. I have a Google Reader that goes and grabs RSS feeds from the blogs and sites that I like, and that's how I keep up to date on the latest articles and the trends and what's happening out there on those sites that I think are worth reading. So that's the third tool, is an RSS reader. The next tool that I use is something to help me with my to-do list. Right, I've got a long list of to-dos. I don't know about you, right? But as a full-time employee who's launching a business part-time, I've got a huge to-do list. And so one of the tools I use is something called Toodledoo.com. It's an online to-do list. Toodledoo.com, I love saying that name, but one of the great things about that is it syncs with Google, and it's also available on my iPhone, so I can get it anywhere, and I can pull up a to-do list, and I can organize all of the different tasks that I have by different categories. I can prioritize them, and so it's been a really great help for me to keep track of my things to do. And the last tool, and I just found out about this one from Tanya Smith, my co-host on Your Brilliant Success, is something called TimeBridge. I've been using online schedulers for a while now to manage my clients, setting up appointments with me at their, when they're free or when my calendar is free. But the great thing about TimeBridge is that I can send a client 4 or 5 different times to choose from, And that way they have more of a range, and it's not that back and forth where I say, well, I can meet on Tuesday at 2, and they say, well, I can meet on Tuesday at 4, and I say, no, that doesn't work. And you know how you do that email exchange of where you're going back and forth? TimeBridge doesn't let you do, you don't have to do that with TimeBridge. You can actually send 4 or 5 different times over, and a person can pick. The other cool thing about TimeBridge is that it has a built-in conference call line. So it automatically will send that information to the person that you're trying to connect. You can try it free for 30 days, and then if you want to upgrade to using their conference number and their conference system, there's an additional cost. But even their free version that just allows you to send the schedule back and forth is awesome and well worth it. So those are my top 5 tools. I use Hootsuite. I synchronize my email accounts. I use RSS feeds like Google Reader to organize my content. I use Toodledoo for a to-do list. And lastly, I use TimeBridge to manage my schedule. So those are my top 5 tools. I have 5 more that are in this blog post that is actually on the blog. You can check that out at www.careermakeovercoach and search for top 5 tools. Until next time, stay brilliant.